Welcome to the Lyceum Tavern. We're here just off the Strand by Waterloo Bridge, and I'm here with Jay Blake, and we are recording the first in my new series of interviews, simple interviews on 3 questions about social media. Now, what is this all about? It's very simple and straightforward. I'll be talking to people who are very avid and successful users of social media for their businesses. I'll ask them 3 simple questions about how they use social media, what they do with social media for their businesses, and it's no theory, it's just straight from the practitioner's point of view. So rather than talking more about it, let me show you and start the first interview. Roll the title. Jay, thank you for making the time for the 3 questions about social media. You are a networking ambassador. Just for clarity for our viewers, could you please briefly explain what a networking ambassador is?
Absolutely. In simple terms, networking, business networking, is about building relationships.
Yep.
But I talk to people about networking as being a little bit like bookkeeping. So if, for example, you're one of those people that really enjoys keeping all of your receipts, getting to the end of the month, opening your bag of receipts, sorting them all out, doing all of the things that you need to do to be an expert bookkeeper, then you shouldn't outsource it because you love it too much.
Absolutely.
However, there are those people who, going into a room, as I will this afternoon, with about 100 people that they may or may not know, standing around making small talk, taking the business cards for the people that it's useful to build additional relationships, going back, putting them on the CRM system, having the one-to-ones, all of that stuff feels a bit like bookkeeping to them. Get somebody who loves it to do it for them. And that's why companies and individuals choose to have me as their networking ambassador, because I go out for them to do that thing that they struggle with, or actually they just want more of.
Great, thank you. Now I also finally really understand what's behind your business. Now, I have seen you online for quite a long time. You're a very avid and successful user of social media.
Thank you.
What is your most engaging and most effective social media platform for your business?
For my business, I would say that LinkedIn for me is probably the most active and most engaged. Although I also actively use Facebook and also use Twitter as well. So for me, it's those 3. Whether that says something about my age, because depending on who we talk to, then people are more Instagram focused or more visual, Snapchat, those kind of social media tools.
Yeah.
But for me, I would say LinkedIn primary, closely followed by Twitter and Facebook.
You said for your business, and as you're networking for others, do you use other platforms for them?
To a degree. So the majority of the work that I do is face-to-face, but there is an amount that I do online, and for that it can be LinkedIn based or utilizing Twitter and Facebook for other clients.
Okay, now the next question usually is about video. Of course I have to ask that, but I know that you are already a video user, and I've recently seen you up your own video production for your own business significantly. Why?
Because it's about time I ate my own medicine, really. I've like you, I've spent a lot of time being very passionate about the power of video, and for a long time I have said to people, you need to be making more use of it, you need to be making more use of it. And I got to a place where I decided 2019 was the year, and I needed to get to a position where I'm aiming at 5 videos a week. I'm aiming at one of those being an interview style video, and 4 of them being just myself talking to camera. And so that's what I'm aiming for. I'm not there yet.
Yep.
But I'm also very conscious of thinking about where those videos are going and creating videos that is for that audience.
I think that is really the crucial point, not just creating videos for the sake of creating videos, but creating videos that speak to the audience you want to talk to. That, I think, is hugely important. Very briefly, I don't want to go into technology. By the way, I will be producing a separate video which will talk about all the technology, which isn't very much, that I used to create the interview series, but we're not going to in detail about it now. I just would like to ask you how you produce your videos in rough outline.
Absolutely. Well, we come from the two sides of the technology street. So all I will say, because I won't go into the detail of what you're using, but all I will say is I use an Apple iPhone to capture, and I then use iMovie, which then makes it very simple for me to edit that on the phone and create it. So within 20 minutes of having an idea about what to talk about, I can have a piece that looks fairly professional, has got a few little bits of titling on it, and is ready to go out onto LinkedIn or whichever channel I've decided I'm going to create that video for.
Thank you. I think that's an invaluable tip, because we all have smartphones. I use a Samsung, you use an iPhone, we all have smartphones. And this whole series is shot on a Samsung. And it's very easy once you know a little bit how to produce it, or you can get help. Now, the next question is, what are your 3 top tips for others who want to use social media?
It's not about broadcast. So it's not about creating material for the sake of it. It's about creating material that is engaging. It is about creating material that gets people to want to respond to that. And it's about making friends. Because actually, if we utilize social media in a way that is building relationships and making friends, then actually people will want to work with us, because we want to work with people that we like. That's why I'm here.
Wonderful. Yes, and I appreciate that you make the time. So really it is not just talking at people, but talking with them, having a conversation online, be it with text, be it on video, and addressing their interest. And
I think I would also say, don't post and run.
Yes.
There are lots of people that decide they are going to post, and maybe even decide that they'll do it in a semi or entirely automated way. And so once a month they sit at their computer for their morning or for their hour or however long they've said, so that they can tick their social media box. And then they run away and they go, I'll look at it again next month. Well, it's not going to work, because if people see your 30-second post a week on Tuesday and don't get a response to what they say until next month, because it's not your morning for your social media, it's not a broadcast medium. It's a conversational medium. So use it that way.
Yes, I agree. Once you have posted something, hang around your laptop or your phone for a while, so when responses come in that you can respond immediately. That significantly increases engagement. And now the bonus tip: if people want to get in touch with you, what's the best platform or the best way to contact you?
The best way to contact me is via LinkedIn, or is via Facebook, or via Twitter, to be fair. So the best way to contact me is to connect. So I'm on my LinkedIn profile is J Blake Marlowe, so that's JAYBLAKE Marlowe, which is where I live. And the same for Facebook. Or if you want to connect with me on Twitter, it's jblake_. If you want to find out a bit more about what Networking Ambassador is about, I'm at the networkingambassador.com.
Jay, thank you very much for your time and for being on the 3 questions. And I'm sure I'll see you at the next networking event in next to no time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Well, that was it for the first installment. Look out for the next ones. They'll be coming very soon. Take care. Be well.